Okay, so we're going to go over stem and leaf plot. Now, say these are all the numbers. So if you we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 numbers. And what that means is when we go to do this, we're going to need 11 leaves in the stem. Oh, excuse me, stem and leaf plot. So to make a stem and leaf plot, it's almost like a T. Okay? Oh, is that straight? There we go. And then down like this. So a stem, in our case, is going to be essentially the tens column. So we have 1, 2, and what's our other tens column?
The ones.
Yeah, we have ones. We have 2. So we have tens, 20s. What about this? 0. That's right. We'll have 0. So the 3 numbers we're going to have in our stem are going to be 0, 1,
2,
and 2.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't have anything that goes higher than 20s, do we?
No.
No. Highest number is 29. Okay. Our leaf, or leaves, are going to be all the 1 values that are associated with this. So first we start with our zeros. So our 1 values are 5.
Then 4, 2, 1.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. How do we put them in?
You have to put them from least to greatest.
Yes, that's right. So we're going to have 1, 2,
4, and 5.
4, and 5. Good. What will be the next thing we do?
You have to go to the tens.
Okay, so what do we have?
18, 19, and then that's it.
Okay, so what are my 2 leaves?
18 and 19.
So just write 8 and 9, right? We don't have to write 18 because we already got the tens column dealt with.
Yeah.
And finally our 20s. What do we have?
23, 21, 20, 29,
Okay.
and
So
25.
Oh, and 25.
Yeah.
So what do we have to write down when we do this?
0, 0, 1, 3, 5, and 9.
Okay, so remember we said there were 11 numbers? Let's
Yeah.
make sure we have 11 leaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good.
Yeah.
That means we put everything in the stem and leaf plot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we both give that a try. If you want, because you're having trouble seeing the separation, you can go like this and put commas between them, just so that we know there's that many different numbers. Okay? Okay, so now let's say they ask us what percent of numbers are below 10. Well, first of all, we have to figure out how many numbers there were altogether. And do you guys remember how many there were?
1, 2, 3.
Well, let's go for this question.
This one.
4, 11. So the total is 11. Okay. So total numbers is 11. So we have 11 of them. How many of those numbers are below 11? Or sorry, below 10?
4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So next we write down below 10, 4 numbers.
34 over 11.
Yeah. So we turn this into a fraction.
Yeah.
It then becomes 4 divided by 11. That's a 10, not 11. There we go. 11.
Multiply by 100.
Yeah. So, and then whatever that equals, we're going to multiply by 100. Okay? And that will give us our percent below 10. Here, let's quickly do that too. So I'll take out the calculator. So I have 4. You can see that?
Yeah.
Divided by 11. Oh, look at that number. Times 100 equals. What percent are below 10?
36.3.
Yeah. So we're going to say 36.3% are below 10.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a frequency table. Okay. Now normally they have. Right now we're just dealing with numbers. We're calling these because they're nothing specific. Here you notice they call them score, right? The next column is the frequency. The frequency. And then next one is called cumulative frequency. And we're just going to put this in short form because it's going to get slow. And then finally, relative. Okay. So, we have all these columns. What we're going to do is we need to split up different categories. Okay. So you know what we'll do? We'll end up doing the same ideas we did with our stem and leaf plot. Okay. So our first category was from 0 to 9, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to say numbers from 0 to 9. Our second category was numbers from 10 to what?
10 to 29.
Well, that would be our 20s. What about our 10s column? We did 10 to...
Oh, 10 to 19.
Yep. And the last one we'll do 20 to... Good. So first we got to count the frequency of them. So how many 0 to 9 numbers are there? We have 1,
2, 3,
4. Good. So the frequency of the first column is 4. Then we got to look for numbers from 10 to 19.
1, 2,
Is that it?
yeah.
Okay.
2,
And then finally our numbers from 20 to 29.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay. Now did you guys remember how many there were in total before?
11.
11. So let's just make sure. Does 5 plus 2 plus 4 equal 11?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's right. We have the right number of frequency. Now, cumulative frequency means we're going to be adding as we're going to make sure we get to 11. So after we've counted off our first category, we still only have 4, right? Once we've counted through the first and the second category, we technically add these two together. So we have 4 plus 2, so how many do I have?
6.
6. And then finally, once I've counted through all 3 categories, I add them all together. So really, all I have to do is add my old number to the next one. So I just got to add 6 to 5. What's my cumulative frequency? 11, that's right. And that's how we know we have the right number now. So we know there's 11 altogether. So after we counted the first column, we had 4. After we counted 2 columns, we had 6. And after we counted the 3 columns, we had 11. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And finally, this is a percentage. So we need to find, we know it's out of 11, right? We need to find the percentages for relative frequency. So, if we look at our first one, we know there are 4. Remember, there are 4 of them.
Yeah.
And we know our total is 11.
Yeah.
So we got to find our percent. So, we need to do 4 divided by 11. Exactly. And then whatever that number is, we're going to multiply by 100. Now, we actually did this before. Do you remember what it was?
It was 36.2. No, yeah.
36 point,
2.
I think it was 6 or 3. Either way, we'll say 36. We'll round it, okay? So this is 36%. Let's try the next one. Their frequency is how many of the numbers are between 10 and 19?
2.
2. Okay, so we got to do 2 divided by 11 by 100. That's going to give us our percent. Let's do it on our calculator here. 2 divided by 11 equals times 100. Hey, what did we get?
18.1.
Okay, we'll just round it to 18. 18%. And finally, how many numbers are in the last category? 5. So same idea. Will this be higher percentage than the other two or a lower one?
Be higher
Why is that?
because the number is higher.
That's right. 5 divided by 11 times 100.
45.4.
45. I'm going to round it up to 46, okay? What we had before. So, we have all these percentages, and to make sure we're right, they all have to add to 100. So we're going to check to make sure these add to 100, okay? So if we had 36 plus 18 plus 46, 100. So that means we have the right percentages for all of these. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to try that table. I'm going to give it to you girls for homework, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to print out this page for you.